Could things possibly get worse for Apple right now? Yeah, probably. Their new spaceship headquarters could be swallowed up into a giant sinkhole or something like that. Hey folks, my name's Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This is Painfully Honest Tech. If this is your first time here, consider hitting the subscribe button and liking the video and all that kind of stuff that, shameless self-promotion, blah, 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 over. Today, I find myself having to report even more bad news for the folks over at Apple. The painfully honest question of the day: could things possibly get worse for Apple right now? The body blows started landing. Right after I published my last video, I saw a story that Consumer Reports has dethroned the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus. The iPhone has typically been their highest rated phone. No more. That honor now goes to the Samsung S8 and S8 Plus. Coming in third in the rankings was the Galaxy S7. That's right. A phone that's nearing its second birthday beat out the 8 and 8 Plus, which came in fourth and fifth in the rankings, but it's not all bad news for Apple. Their new phones did place right in front of the Note 8, so take that, Samsung. In other news, Apple's COO met with the head of Foxconn, the giant city factory that is responsible for producing the iPhone X. While details of the conversation were not released, it's pretty likely they talked about the giant Benny Hill skit that has been the production of the iPhone X. 9to5Mac reported that production of the iPhone X was held back by various component yield problems. That means they couldn't get the stuff. And many publications pointing to the infrared dot projector, which makes up the 3D depth sensing thingy, as the bottleneck. KGI expects production to ramp up significantly during November, but again, only about 3 million devices will be ready to ship for November 3rd, which is the release date for the iPhone X. Just to provide a little context here, the iPhone 6S and 6S Plus sold 13 million units in their first weekend. So that puts Apple about 10 million units short of their best day, and demand for the iPhone X is expected to be high, maybe even higher than that. Meanwhile, back on the North American continent, the CBC up there in Canada reported that the head of Rogers Communication, the largest carrier in Canada, he said that they had witnessed anemic appetite for the iPhone 8. When the biggest carrier in a really big country says that, you have definitely fallen far, my fruity Apple friends. iOS 11.0.3 has been causing trouble as well. It seems among the new features Apple included in the new update was the ability to drain the battery at an alarming pace, as well as app opening issues and lag and Bluetooth problems. The list of problems is long. Many of the problems seem to be hitting older Apple devices. iPhone 8 sales anemic. Demand not there. New software makes older devices unusable. Suffice it to say, it's going from bad to worse for Apple. With the pre-order launch for the iPhone X only days away, this could be the one. Yes, as many pointed out in the comments of my last Apple video, they still have enough money to equal the gross national product of a small country, maybe even a large one. And yes, Apple has made mistakes before. I remember AntennaGate back in 2010, which resulted in Apple giving folks free bumper cases and Steve Jobs saying, "You're holding it wrong." And yes, maybe the iPhone X will be a big success and we'll all love Apple again. But here's the thing. I still love Apple. That's what a lot of folks don't understand. I want them to get better. I want them back on top. But Apple may have finally bitten off more than they can chew. They may finally be alienating customers so loyal that they once called themselves Apple sheep. Or have they? There are still people who defend this pattern of missteps and explain it away, blindly supporting Apple, everything it does wrong at every turn. I don't want to see Apple go down. There's a reason I loved them before, and it's the same reason I want to love them again. They made great products with the consumer in the front of their minds. Steve Jobs often said he wanted to create technology that became as integral to daily life as a home appliance. And he did that with the iPhone. But with stories like the ones discussed before in this video, it's getting harder and harder to swallow that red pill that is blindly loving everything Apple does. Apple, time to wake up. Make the changes that need to be made. Get your priorities straight and get back to serving the customer, not the shareholder. Right now, you resemble nothing more than a paper tiger. You look big, but there's nothing inside. You're being, or have been, surpassed by your competitors. The next 6 to 12 months will likely tell the tale. Will Apple turn it around, or will they become, as many people said in the comments of my last Apple video, the next Nokia or BlackBerry? Tell me what you think down in the comments. Is Apple spiraling down the toilet, or can they pull it out? If not, at least the phones are water resistant. Thanks for being here. If you liked, please like. If you want more, please subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at @JasonTLewis. My name is Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This is Painfully Honest Tech, and until the next time, I'm out.